Alright, hello everybody. So for today, I'd like to share with you this submarine I've made. So, as you may notice, looks like a more modern US attack sub, but since this is set in the future where everybody's on Europa, this is actually considered quite old and consider it would have to be renovated for Europa. That's the backstory I have for it anyway. So, side notes for people that may consider subscribing. This propeller is vulnerable to damage. These turret hardpoints are hidden in game, and there are currently no weapons attached to sub. And there's only like this one automatic pump. Otherwise, there is portable pumps throughout the sub in the supply cabinets, and you can get wire, that red wire, and the coalition metal at the bottom of that storage container. And you can, there should be batteries somewhere here too. Yeah, so there's Fulgarian battery cells. There's batteries in these backup batteries for that too, so you can charge them. But as part of being an experienced crew, I thought as an added challenge, shouldn't rely on these automatic pumps, and instead you can open this hatch and leak out some of the water that way, or otherwise you have to use those portable pumps, and I have those coalition metals in there so that the mechanics can actually level up enough so that they can get to the let it drain talent tree so that they can actually use them. Otherwise, no one else can use them. So mechanics are actually very important to keep alive on the sub. And so I'd like to give you a small in-game tour, and you realize how small it really is. And also, side note, no exterior lighting. There's a spotlight here, but this is hidden in game, and that's connected to this periscope here. These guns are supposed to attach to these hard points, and this reactor will start going off when you start the game. That's just because it's producing too much energy and is overheating, but it's set to automatic control, so it'll come back down eventually. And this will start to jitter out when you first start moving it, but after a little bit, it should be fine. So like a couple seconds. But I also have a single railgun loader in case you decide to hook it up to this thing. And so let's take a peek in game. I intend for this sub to be part of some light role play. So I have a log that should be somewhere anyway. I thought I put it in here. Anyway, I'll fix that some other time. Maybe hide it somewhere else. But don't tell anyone. But there's this secret stash here. And so this is basically the command center. So you have a nice chair. You can control the sub. That's that jittering I was talking about. Bam, fixes itself. And it comes pre-stocked with ammo, just not weapons. I figured since it's a light scout sub, figured add to the difficulty. Because, I mean, if you're starting it out on easy or even normal or something like that, where it's only like 20% difficulty, the first couple of runs really shouldn't be an issue, and that way should be pretty easy. This hatch, it's a pretty stock kind of knot thing there. Anyway, here's that railgun loader. Here's your other loaders. And here's this, just for, you know, galley. So you can scrub, wash your clothes, take a little shower. And I made that conveniently to fit all your medical needs in there. For your half the sub, this is your upper ballast, this is your lower ballast. Generally speaking, you don't open those, but there is, I should tell you, there is a emergency surface which empties these ballast tanks in case you need to get out of the abyss in a pinch, or you need to clear out ballast flora. There's also a reactor shutoff in case you want to dock and save some fuel, and a battery toggle in case you want to switch to battery power. And basically, if you want to do that for a beacon station or a mining mission or a nest mission, whatever you want. Got some old equipment here. You got your reactor, and you got your engine, which, as I mentioned before, isn't vulnerable to damage, so you don't have to really worry about fixing it. I figured it really sucked, and because the engine is so large, it sticks out past this hull. So I really didn't want people to have to fix that thing every 2.5 seconds. These batteries come stock with Fulgarian battery cells, which we will be using for the portable pumps, so keep that in mind. These hatches, these ballast pumps are quite narrow, but ideally put a suit on or a diving mask, go up here and fix them. Unless you're fighting flora, it's a tight squeeze, but I did test it, you can get up in there. I don't know what this guy's complaining about. Anyway, that's all I have to show you, and I hope you guys consider subscribing to this and checking out my other creations on the workshop. I do put a lot of work into them, so that's pretty much all I have.